I was super excited to read about this, that The Cure is going to be putting out some new music, going to be recording some new music coming up to celebrate their 40th anniversary. How psyched, Cure fans, are you to hear that? Yes. Yes. Here's the deal. So Robert Smith, who doesn't really do a lot of interviews, was doing an interview on the BBC Six with what's the guy's name? I always like to say the DJ's name. That's my own little weird thing because I'm a radio personality myself. Sean Cavini. There you go. Sounds like a good radio presenter. I love how in the UK they call themselves presenters. That's good. We should adopt that here in the US. I want to be forever henceforth referred to as a presenter. Anyway, so he was on the BBC Six with Sean Cavini. Sean Cavini in the mornings. And they were talking about it. So here's kind of the genesis of what happened. Robert Smith was asked to curate the Meltdown Festival. And he did. He wound up booking the whole festival. By the way, this is adorable too, in total Robert Smith. He didn't text or call or reach out to the representatives of the bands. He sat down and wrote every band that he wanted to book in the Meltdown Festival a handwritten letter to get them booked. Isn't that something? So it's over in London, the Meltdown Festival, and he books all these acts. And he's going through, and he started this process months ago, and he's listening to the bands, and he's trying to curate it and pick the days, and he did a really phenomenal job. He's got Death Cab for Cutie, he's got Nine Inch Nails, My Bloody Valentine, Deftones, Psychedelic Furs, The Church, Manic Street Preacher. So he's like, it's all over the place. It's really well done. Suzanne Vega, very nicely curated. He's got all these things, but he's in the process of putting this all together. So he's listening to all this music, and he's trying to figure out who he wants to add and what new artists he wants to do, what older artists he wants to do. So he's listening to so much new music. It sparks something in him, and he says in the interview it was a catalyst for making him decide. And he went ahead and booked some studio time for The Cure, and they're going to go in and they're going to record some music here. As literally, it's been 40 years. 40 years. I get a chest pain when I think about it. Since the beginning of The Cure. So they booked some studio time for the band. Smith said, and I quote, "I've suddenly fallen in love with the idea of writing new songs." And he got that from having to listen to all this new music while he's curating this festival. The last time The Cure released anything, it was part of the Art of McCartney deal that came out back in 2014. The Cure covered Hello, Goodbye. So it's been quite some time since The Cure put out anything. They are putting out 2 remix albums for Record Store Day. We talked about this when we did our big Record Store Day release review. When the list came out, they're doing a deluxe vinyl reissue of Mixed Up and a new 16-track collection called Torn Down, Mixed Up Extras. So they got a bunch of things coming up for Record Store Day. So if you're joining us down at Record Stop in Patchogue on the 21st, it's going to be amazing. Live performances. The Good Rats are going to be there. They're giving away turntables and speakers, and we got burgers and beer and wine, and we're giving away EHM free stuff. We're doing a live broadcast. It's going to be amazing. Record Stop in Patchogue on the 21st. We'll have more details the closer we get. But The Cure is one of the things that you can pick up if you're coming on down to Record Store Day. So Cure is going to play, well, I should say Robert Smith is going to play the Meltdown Festival, and then The Cure is going to play a special 40th anniversary concert in Hyde Park, and they got a bunch of great artists surrounding them during that show. So whether or not this turns into an album and a tour to celebrate the 40th anniversary, no one knows. I hope so, but the fact that Robert Smith is sitting there excited about new music, excited about the idea of writing songs and booking studio time and getting ready for the 40th anniversary show, I think is all great news for Cure fans. So that's our big music news story of the day today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're looking forward to new stuff from The Cure.